gosh, my armpits are so bad. I don't think you can tell in this video, hopefully. My hair, my extensions itch, everything. Yeah, anyways, I'm always so late to doing these, like realizing I was making some invoices for a few brands and then I realized, oh my god, it's 8:27. So I had to hurry up, but I think I'm actually gonna fix my hair. Sorry guys, let me get some hair ties. Oh look, how convenient. They're right here. Lucy chewed up a bag. Yes! Yes, I can't text because then it exits out of the live. Okay. Fiance, we don't have to say boyfriend anymore, is helping. The kids are down, but of course, right as I started to walk downstairs, they were like, Mom, can I have this? Mom, can I have that? So he's asking to make sure that Levi said he could have something. And you guys know how kids are. They'll be like, oh, my mom said I could have this, when that's definitely not true. So he's just making sure. But he texted me, and if I respond, thank you, Linda. If I respond, then it'll exit out of the app. Okay, guys, I'm so excited for this live. These lives are going to get so fun during wedding planning because I already need advice. Like, you guys have no idea. Today we've been talking about our engagement party, and I'm already just like, wait, what do you even do at an engagement party? What do you eat? Like, I don't know. And I don't really want it to, like, our style is not, like, super formal. And, like, same with our group of friends. So, whoa, what's going on here? So I don't love the idea of doing, like, a dinner. Thank you, baby nugget. I feel funny saying that, but thank you. I got engaged Saturday. Engagement buddies. Oh, congratulations. You guys, I'm like through the roof, especially because we're like already talking like wedding planning and like dates and everything, and that just makes it so real because obviously I've been engaged before, and like nothing was ever like talked about or anything, so we just kind of like, I don't know, it was never very, it didn't ever feel as official, I guess. Not like in a bad way, but okay, is that better? Or should I have kept behind the ears with, we don't even care. Also, you guys, I'm drinking beer today instead of wine. I missed Wine Wednesday yesterday just because of everything going on, and then I just don't feel wine today, so. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Caitlin. Okay, so first of all, I know a lot of new people are here. So hi, hello. We usually do Wine Wednesdays where we drink, we have a category, and we talk about different things. We've done secrets, we've done like charcuterie board as the theme before. So we always do something different, but obviously being newly engaged, today's topic is more of like a Q&A style. Kaysen, thank you. Thank you guys so much, seriously. A BBQ, why does it sound weird to say out loud? Does sound like a great idea. Okay, so I've been on Pinterest and I've been looking, and like there's so many like barbecue ideas, which I love, but we kind of do those a lot casually anyways, and I want it to be a little bit more like unique. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. All the new subscribers, I'm so happy you're here. We have so much fun. Most of the time, unless you catch me on a bad day, and then it's still entertaining because I'm kind of a grumpy bitch. We definitely will we're getting married next year, summertime. We don't have an exact date yet. Thank you, Taylor. Just because we have to look at venues, and once we find our venue, that will be more specific to the date because we have an ideal date, but we don't know if it will be booked on that day or not, you know? And I'd rather, like, I'm more specific about the venue than I am about the date, but we definitely want summertime, like early summer probably. Engagement story. Okay, so we have been engaged for a little over a month, or maybe right around a month. I don't even know the date right today. So almost a month. And we kept it just to ourselves. Like, we didn't tell anybody. I mean, he asked my dad, but like, other than that, nobody knew. Beers Kayla. Okay, the username in itself, I love. I'm going to change my Instagram name to something like that. I love beer, you guys, but it's just fattening. Caitlin, you can't tell me that. Kayla, thank you. Okay, so, yeah, we're gonna get married in 2023 next year. We definitely both are very eager and very excited to get married. And so we've already started like some of the planning process. I really want to get a wedding planner, but I don't know where to start with that. So if you guys know any good local wedding planners in Utah, definitely message me and let me know. But yeah, we've been engaged for about a month. He did ask my dad, but nobody else knew, and I really liked that. And then even when we got engaged, he didn't tell my dad when we were going to, or when he was going to ask. So my dad didn't know, and I really liked that. Like, one thing about this relationship that I value so much that I had never done in the past is, well, so many things, but the main one being that we've prioritized each other so much, and like just our family, like us and the kids and our immediate like people and friends and family in our life, and not so much anybody else. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't tell anybody, and it was just like our little secret, and it felt really good and really intimate and that much more special because there is such a big part of it that you get to enjoy with your family and friends that it was nice for a minute to just have it be us. I had no idea. I was shocked when he asked me. I literally was like, I thought he was kind of kidding for a minute. Like, I didn't know what to think. I was in shock. Thank you, Bailey. Will you be posting wedding planning and or the wedding? Yes. So much wedding content that you guys are not even going to care anymore. We're doing our engagement party. Like I said, I definitely want to vlog like planning and doing that. I want to get a videographer and a photographer for the actual thing. That's the thing that I think is so like important about this is I want all the little things. I'm not somebody who wants to have a big wedding. Our wedding will be very intimate and not over the top. And I don't want to spend a ton of money, but at the same time, I want to have all the little parties and all the little celebrations because you only do it one time, you know? And hopefully. And so I just really want to like enjoy all the steps up until the wedding and then obviously the wedding. Did you give him clues on the ring you wanted, or did he pick it all by himself? He picked the ring all by himself, but he definitely, like, my main thing was I've always wanted a pearl, and so I was like, this is, like, a very important part for me. Like, I love the idea of wearing a pearl. I feel like it's unique, it's special, it's timeless. Thank you, Lindsay. So, thank you guys so much. I seriously, you have no idea how appreciative I am. Like, even that you guys are here and care to hear me rant about wedding stuff, like, means the world. And just, like, be a part of such a happy time of my life, because it's easy to watch me when there's drama, right? And when it's just, like, craziness. But to be here and be supportive and interested in, like, the good parts feels really good, too. So yeah, he picked the ring, but I had told him a couple months before, like, not even knowing he was going to propose, just that that's the kind of ring that I liked because it came up in conversation. Was wearing the pearl necklace during the last live a hint? No. I think it was Alea. Was it Avery or Alea? One of the girls put it on me while they were giving me a makeover, and I just never took it off. Was it filmed? So excited for you. No. So I'm going to save the whole story for the vlog, but it was at an Airbnb, and it was just us, and it was very special. And again, just like having it be so unexpected was like so magical. Like, there's no other words. Were the kiddos excited? Yes, especially Alea. She like can't even wait for like what she's gonna wear in the wedding itself. And Levi, it was really cute. Levi asked, after we talked about it for a little while, we told them at dinner, because we have dinner we have dinner every night as a family, and we sit and we talk about what we're grateful for in the day, and the best part of the day and the worst part of the day, and we do that every single night. Alea calls it Peach and Pit. I think she learned it at school, but we do that every weeknight, I guess you should say. Or I guess I should say. Sorry, my thoughts are going a million miles per hour. So we told them that it happened then, a little while after, and the kids were super excited. But yeah, then Levi at the end was like, you promise that you're gonna be together forever? And it was like really cute and like emotional, and just, I was like, yeah, that's the goal, like that's what marriage means. And he's like, yeah, I really hope so. And it was just cute. Will he be on camera now that you guys are getting married? I haven't really decided that. He doesn't care. Actually, the Q&A for YouTube, we're debating, or I'm debating. He said he's okay with it, but having him behind the camera, but answering the questions so that you guys can like hear his voice and his answers. Are you preggo? No. I'm drinking a beer and very much on my period. But you know, the closer the wedding, the closer the baby, okay? I saw a different question. I don't know where it went though, that I wanted to answer. Do you have an idea of what kind of dress that you want? No. Would you do a destination wedding? We've talked about it a little bit, but I don't think so. Just like we want to spend more money on our honeymoon and just have like a small intimate wedding. And so I don't know. Yeah, that's never really been interesting. It's never been of interest. Was it filmed? So excited for you. I think I answered. It wasn't filmed, but he did repeat his little speech that he gave to me on voice recording, because I was like, I don't want to forget. Even as he was telling, like as he was proposing, I was like, wait, don't ask yet, because I want to hear it, you know, I want to like take it in. It's so hard because the moment goes by so fast. Okay, I don't know where that question went. He would never want to do social media. You guys, he has not had social media in years. Like, he's not... I mean, he has Facebook because he sees, like, his family stuff. I have Facebook, too, for that same reason. It's not public. It's just, like, literally my aunts, uncles, and grandparents. And, like, a few friends from high school. But he's, like... He's willing to be on what I want him to be on, but he doesn't have a passion for it. He would never want to do social media for a living, and he definitely has, like... really strong passion for the things that he does for work and would do that either way. I feel like it would be special having him in a video here and there. I definitely agree. And like our wedding video, I'm not gonna like, you know, in the engagement pictures, you can see his face and stuff, but still it was like kind of hidden. But like wedding photos and stuff, and like my wedding video, and I want to vlog the day of my wedding for sure. That's a must. Even if it's a bad vlog and random clips, like I definitely want to capture our thoughts outside of a professional wedding video and like all of that. But anyways, I'll show his face then. So like special moments, like I definitely want to, but I just don't want like my channel and what I share with you guys, even though I talk about big parts of my life, which does include him and the kids and stuff, like, I want it to be about me, if that makes sense. I just heard the dog chase the cat. I definitely think, I'm reading some comments, I think a lot of people think I'm avoiding it because of backlash, and that's not accurate, you guys. Like, I don't know if you can tell by my engagement posts, I'm not worried about backlash at all. I've realized people really hate when other people are happy, and especially if it happened the way that it happened, which so much of what people think is wrong. But, you know, it's just, I've talked about it so many times. Like, it's more fun and people want to take away from it, and people are very envious. Like, I grew up with, I don't like to talk about my mom a lot on here or anywhere because I don't want to offend my brother or like other family members, but I grew up with a mom who was very envious of everybody and everything. Like the teacher at my school or people walking by, like so envious, and I always hated it. Like she was like the type of person who would watch a movie or like documentaries about celebrities and be like, oh, I don't know how they're so unhappy. They have so much money. And it's like, oh my God, you know, I don't know how to explain it. If you get it, you get it. Like that's just the type of person that she was. And it made me realize like so many people vocalize things because of how jealous they are. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not, the hate when I first, like a year and a half ago, when I first was really going through it, the hate was hard then, but now I would never not do something because of hate. I mean, obviously look at the situation I'm in. If I was worried about other people's opinions, I wouldn't be happy. and I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in. So, would you elope? I did, and we got married under a wedding willow, just me and him and his brother and my sister. I didn't even have my kids there. I actually think it's a cute idea of like eloping just us two and then having a wedding, because I feel like sometimes you're so stressed out at your wedding, you kind of forget you're getting married, you know? But at the same time, the only reason I care to get married is to have a wedding and celebrate our love with friends and family, because having it on paper doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Not that I'm saying that's what other people care about, but I don't know. I feel like the point for me is to celebrate with other people. But I definitely have considered it because, like, again, I have prioritized our intimate moments. I feel like when I say that, people think sex. That's not what I'm talking about. But, like, I really prioritize, like, our, like, togetherness. And so that makes me want to, but I don't know. Will it be sad not having your mom there? I did think about that today. I think it'll be a little bit weird, but like also my mom has really not been involved in much in my life. She was there when I had Levi, and that didn't end great. So I think it will be weird because everybody, well, not everybody, but like a lot of people, you know, you have your mom and your dad there, even if they don't get along or if they're divorced, like you have your parents there. But I also have always been used to not having her there. So oh my gosh, Allison, you have no idea. Like, I'm not even a wedding person, you guys. Like, I've never looked at, like, even up until this point, I've never really looked at, like, wedding dresses or wedding themes or venues or, like, I don't even know the steps to getting married. You have no idea the silly stuff I've had to Google. But at the same time, what was I answering? I just read a different question. Jeez, my brain. I've never been somebody who, like, plans all of that. But at the same time, now, I don't know, he just, like, makes me excited. And just, like, I want, again, to have every little celebration when it comes to this. Did he ask your dad for your hand? Yes. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not trying to ignore questions at all. My phone is, like, skipping, and I have to keep scrolling up, and then when I see one, are you not showing the kids anymore? I don't really have an official answer for that right now. It feels right not showing the kids. Like, I don't know. I've just been more focused on my content surrounding, like, me and my life as a mom, but without showing them and stuff. The kids are really confused. The kids honestly have been, like, kind of sad at times. Like, why can't I show my face or this or that? Will that go on for long? No, I might change my mind tomorrow. I don't know. That's why I haven't really officially said anything. I was going to make a video about it, but then I'm like, but what if I change my mind? Then that's going to look stupid, you know? Was it out of the blue, or had you talked about this timeline? I think it was a little of both. Like, I was very shocked and I was so surprised, but at the same time, like, I think we both knew and felt like it was coming, and it felt like a good time, you know? The kids still call him his name. They, like, just call him his name. Just seeing him with another girl on camera, then you looked bad, but now it makes sense. I definitely understand a lot of people's points of view. Like, you know, we were a friend group, and then I ended up with him, and now we're engaged. And, like, I get that that's not the ideal situation, but at the same time, like, people, if they only knew the story, and then on the other hand of things, it's like, that is how you meet people, is through mutual friends. And I had a really small group of friends, and there was no cheating that took place. God, I could say that a million fucking times and it wouldn't matter. But yeah, like, after we had separated from our exes, we were very comforting to each other because nobody else was comforting to us, because we were the bad guys, because both of us left our partners. So we were both in the boat of, like, being the bad guys, and we found comfort in each other mentally through that, and it was really hard. And so then naturally, what does one thing lead to, you know? So I think people just, like, want to make it a fun thing, and whatever, I'll let them have it. They can have their entertainment with it. All I know is that I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be, and it feels so right. Like, that's all I can keep saying, even the whole day, like after we got engaged, the whole next day, because it was in the afternoon that he proposed. It just, all I could say is like, this just feels so right, you know? Are you planning on a short or long engagement? So if you're just joining, I kind of talked about this in the beginning, but we plan on being married or getting married next summer. So a year, which is very normal. In fact, in Utah, that's abnormal. In Utah, people get married within 6 months. It's wild. So yeah, we're going to have hopefully early summer, but it just depends on the venue that we find, what dates they have available. I do plan on saving this, but just so you guys know, there has been times where Instagram doesn't let me save it for whatever reason, or it will post to everybody and then I'll go to save it, like even though I went to save it to just my subscribers, so then I have to delete it because I want it just for subscribers. I mean, that's the point of you guys like paying, right? So it just, sometimes Instagram messes up and it's out of my control. I think subscribers is like a new concept for Instagram, even though it's been out for a while. So they're still dealing with these like little issues. Okay, let's see. See, now I'm back to that normal comment. What do the kids call him? They just call him by his name. Colette, I think that's how you say your name. Congratulations. That's so exciting. It is fun for like people who got engaged at the same time. You super need a wedding planner book from Amazon, and detailed a month by month, and it's so fun and convenient. Okay, I also want like a memory book. You know how for like pregnancy there's like a memory book where you have like pictures for each thing? Like, I want that for wedding. So you guys need to send me all these links and stuff through messages, because I'm about to buy it all, but I don't know the good stuff. Do you think you would find this kind of love after your last relationship? Did you have faith in that? Absolutely not. And not only did I not like think I could find it, I didn't want anything to do with love. Like, I hated love. But life has a weird way of just doing things when you don't expect it, and things happening quite literally the exact opposite of how you intended or wanted. I love that you just can't stop smiling. I definitely, you guys, for the first week after, kind of felt like, I'm gonna need Botox in my cheeks. Will you change your last name when you get married? Yes. Was he the guy you comforted? Just curious. No. I told that story a while ago. I'm not gonna go into it again, but that was like so, not belittling his feelings, because at the time it was hurtful to him, and for that I apologize. But it was very silly. It was like somebody was crying over their ex-girlfriend and I didn't even know them actually, and comforted them, like in the sense that he leaned on me and was wasted, so I was just like, it's okay, you know. But there was also a lot of drinking involved, so that made it worse, because obviously, like, you girls know, if you're drinking and like you see something, it seems a lot more dramatic than it is, especially if you're already feeling insecure. Like, I've had those moments too. Were the kids confused when you first got together since they had seen him with someone else? No, my kids have literally never asked questions. And I was just talking to fiance about this last night, that even now, like, if I would have separated with their dad at this point, I think that they would have a lot of questions. They'd be really confused. Like, even that one, or I guess a year and a half, a year and a half, 2 years, I don't even know, whatever, it's really made a difference in like their development, and they would definitely have questions now. I think it's so funny that like you think, we're not even gonna go there. You subscribed, so you obviously don't hate me too much. I would not change the kid's last name. No, definitely not. Their dad is very much involved in their life, and like no, I would not do that. I got married a week after I got engaged. LOL, yes, I live in Utah. See, I told you. Thank you, Samantha. See, I feel bad that you guys are buying badges and then I don't see till later. Outside or inside wedding? I would love both. I'd love to have the reception, I think it's called, outside, and the ceremony. Okay, I want the part where we get married outside and then the rest inside. Are you close with his family? I don't really know his family all that well. I mean, like, we've only been together for a year and a half, and they all live in Arizona. So close isn't the word that I would use, but I definitely get along with his family. I've met his family, and they're all really great. I'd like to see the Q&A video with both because I've never seen him like you. Yeah, I definitely think that is something that we're going to do, is like film the Q&A together. He just won't show his face, but his voice will be in it. Yeah. You can find that on Etsy. Yes, I definitely want to go on Etsy. Okay, I brought my nails to do, you guys, because my ring is like, I hate to show it when my nails aren't done. So I brought these. These are so ugly, but we're going to do them together. Do you think doing the podcast that was so sexual in nature made you and P start having feelings? Definitely not. In fact, kind of the opposite. I feel like the podcast made us really frustrated towards each other, because I think that, you know, a guy doesn't want to sit there and listen to two girls talk. I mean, it sounds great in retrospect, but it, like, there was a whole other side than just talking about it that obviously, like, viewers don't know of, you know, the, what's the word I'm looking for? Electronic side of it? Yeah. Like, things always were going wrong, and then we would talk for so long and he'd have to cut it out, and we wouldn't do things correctly, and like, there was definitely a lot more to that than just talking about sex. So I don't think so. I think it made us more frustrated. There was actually so many comments like, you guys seem like you hate each other. And then now here we are. Okay, I had a nail file. Did I not bring it? Oh, here it is. She skips my questions. I'm so sorry. Ask Adriana, I think is your name? Yes. I'm trying to go slower through them. Oh, so fun. Oh my gosh, Caitlin, that is so exciting. I would love to have more than one baby with him, but I know for a fact that I can only have one or two myself. But after that, we can just get like a surrogate or something. Taylor, thank you so much. I hope you're still watching this. I'm being slow with scrolling in the comments. I'm sorry. Samantha, thank you. Emily, you guys, I feel horrible that I didn't see these. Thank you. Do you think you'll stay living in Utah? Yes. Are you and Karina still close? Not really. I would say we stopped being as close as we were before Oscar and I split. Just like life kind of, we both just got busy, and that's just like how things go. You go get closer, and then you're not as close, but then you get closer again. And but I'm still, like, we're still fine. I don't talk to her really. I don't talk to really anybody anymore, other than like about certain kid related things or holidays or whatever. Like, our lives are very separate, which is very intentional, I think, on both of our parts. I think in the beginning we really tried to not do that, but we realized that was what was best. Thank you so much. What do you wish we would understand more about your life or relationship? Simply the fact, if I could just ask one thing, that 99% of what you see on the internet is not real. Like, I think if people had that reminder, what they already know, like, think about those situations or those documentaries, which, not to say mine is this dramatic, but where they come out with like the truth, right? And you're like, oh my God, that's so the opposite of what I thought. And usually that's the case. And I wish people would just kind of like realize, in my case, just consider like, what if actually it happened very differently? You know what I mean? But for my sake, because I got to put my ego aside, and my kids, I will never get online and be like, you know, that sounds like I'm bashing my ex. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like just the situation in general, you know? Like, there was definitely a side, let's not forget, everybody, there was a point in the internet a couple years before where everybody was like, oh my God, you should leave, and like Team Kyra, and that people were so, oh, I think my light just died. And then, okay, that's just gonna be dead. And then people switch sides because that's what's fun. Not that there ever should have been a side. It's really stupid. Like, we're not 10 years old anymore, guys. Let's be realistic here. But anyways, okay, I think I got to like where the comments are now. Can you tell us the story behind the pearls? So I was on Pinterest many years ago, and I found this picture, which I'll put in the YouTube video. I think I still have it. I'm pretty sure he has it. If I don't, of the pearl ring that like the ring of my dreams, and it was a pearl. And so he went, I had told him that like a little while before, not knowing he was going to propose, just like out of, I think it like came up in conversation, like, well, what kind of ring would you want? And so I showed him that picture, like, that's the dream ring. And he went and got it designed with, like, a jeweler. And I'm obsessed. Like, it's so perfect. Taylor, I'm here. Okay, good. That makes me feel better. I really got nervous that you were off. I would feel so bad. I would love another podcast. You were great, and I love being on. You were great to talk to. Aww. I do really miss, like, having a platform where you just talk, you know. It's not like TikTok where it's like quick edits and yada yada yada. Like, it was genuinely just, I could just chat, and that's really, you can't tell, like, what I like to do. But I just don't know what it would be about. I do love the topic of sex, but it feels a little weird to do that because of the situation. It's so funny. Okay, I don't want to say your name wrong. Kalaya? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm being an idiot. But it's funny that you say that you felt like there were certain times where you thought we were a better match, because that's actually something neither of us, like, we've talked about it before, like, did you ever think, you know? And it was like, hell no. Like, not in any world. I mean, it's not like I thought he was ugly, and I don't think he thought I was ugly. It was just more of like, that would have been so, like, if you would have told me a couple years ago, I would have been like, you're nuts. What made him change his mind about having kids? He definitely he's always wanted kids. Like, that's a huge goal of his, is to have kids. Like, kids of his own. Do you think your sex life will change now that you are engaged, married? Congrats. The thing that I've learned through being in different relationships, long relationships, short relationships, is it always comes and goes. It's always changing. And so I don't know that necessarily, if anything, it will get more exciting, which I'm not sure is really possible, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. What was the sub about when Karen subbed you on live? I am not sure. I didn't watch it. I did hear about it, I'm not gonna lie, and I was like, wow. Okay, but no, I've never watched it, so I'm not too sure. All I know is Oscar called and apologized and was super nice, actually. But I was like, I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but thanks. You should do a video diary. That's a cute idea. That's cute. Taylor, thank you. No, I told him before. So, wedding theme, you guys. Okay, clearly I love pearls. That's why I asked for a pearl ring. But I kind of love the idea of doing like a pearl white wedding. Like, is that a thing? Can you do that? I need to go on Pinterest a lot more. Do you ever think you will just say the truth? I've said the truth. I think that you just don't like my answer. So no, I don't think I'll ever get on here and make you feel good enough with my answer. But thank God I'm not on here to make you feel like I satisfy you. I am who I am, and if that's not good enough, honey, I tell them all, let the door hit ya on the way out. I keep getting Threads notifications. I always forget about Threads, you guys. What do you guys think about that? Aw, I love that. He bounces you out and it shows. He fills the spaces you were. Yes, I definitely agree. Like, there's things I didn't even feel like I was missing, and then now that I'm with him, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, how does a human complete you like that? Like, not to sound so ridiculous and so cheesy, you guys, but I genuinely don't think many people find a love like this. Like, I didn't even know a love like this existed, and it feels so ridiculous to say, but like I would do anything in the world a million times over to feel this kind of love and comfort and safety. Like, I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's the craziest feeling. I still remember the video of him fighting with you in the car. That just was when I realized we don't know everything truly. Yeah, I mean, obviously we fought, and that was one of our really bad fights, and I was so embarrassed. I think we both were, oh my God, I'll never forget that. We were both so embarrassed. But, and again, it does happen. It's not like, it wasn't yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, it definitely isn't what it seemed, you know? Even to us, there's things even now that both of us realize was very toxic about our relationship, you know? Jasmine, thank you. My boyfriend left his long-term girlfriend, and I left my long-term boyfriend, and now everyone hates us, so I get it, but now we've been together for 5 years. Sometimes things don't happen the way they're supposed to, or the way that you want them to, but look at the, like, reward of it, you know? Also, question, okay, speaking of, somebody said, I'm so glad I subbed. I love seeing more content from you. I'm so happy that you feel that way, because sometimes I do worry. Like, I want to give you guys what you want, and I want you to feel like it's worth it, because you're spending your money. Like, I definitely want you guys to feel happy. But, so I've been trying to post, like, just, content, like, all day. Kind of how people use Snapchat is how I've been using my, sub stories. So you guys will have to let me know if you've liked that. Do you feel like you have to filter a lot of your life? Definitely not. The only thing that I quote unquote filter is I don't show his face, which is a choice of mine, and it's like kind of funny to me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, some people in my personal life are like, why do you do that? And I'm like, honestly, just to like kind of fuck with people sometimes. Like the haters, you know, because they're the ones who get really pissed. But what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I don't feel like definitely now I can only be me, you know? Does he help you with the kids? Yes and no. I think people think that, like, all of a sudden he stepped in and is just, like, trying to take on this dad role, or that I want him to, or that he's trying to, or whatever angle they try to come at it from. And genuinely, I can say he's been so respectful of my boundaries, of the kids' boundaries, and just, like, understanding the situation and knowing when to, like, help out and not to help out. So that's the best. Yeah, I guess that's the best answer I can give. Sins, I think is how you say that. Thank you so much. Do you regret something about your last or new relationship? Timing, internet, etc. Definitely not. I'm not a person that is very regretful, just because I feel like everything leads up to something, right? And like, this is my something. This is like, I feel like everything led to now, so I wouldn't change any of that. Sometimes it's hard, and I'm like, really? Did we have to go through all that? But I've loved the stories. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Are you ever going to turn your comments on TikTok? I love the content over there. Thank you. I have so much fun on TikTok because it's such a different, like, niche. Like, not that I ever really feel like I even fit into a niche, but I don't usually post that kind of content. Like, I didn't show a lot of that stuff on YouTube videos because I felt like maybe it was boring. But now I feel like TikTok just starting with that, I don't know. It's just, I have a lot of fun doing it. As far as comments go, I don't know. I always change my mind on comments. Sometimes I leave comments on, sometimes I leave them off. TikTok, I just have always had this setting that it's off, but maybe one day I'll change that. Emily, yes, you have no idea. I'm a little, like, stressed because I don't even know how to plan a wedding. And I'm debating getting a wedding planner, but I genuinely just don't know, like, not to say is it worth the cost, because I know it's worth it, but our honeymoon is going to be very expensive, very expensive. So I just like don't want to spend as much on our wedding. Plus, like I said, I want to celebrate like all the little things. So I know that that's having a million parties and then a wedding is going to cost a lot. So I just don't know. Do you guys have icks about each other, even funny ones? This is a hilarious, remember when that like trend went around, and I was just thinking about it recently, like, what are our icks? I think mine for him is just that he leaves the dishwasher open. That makes me crazy. Like, all the time. He puts the dishes away and he does the dishes every day. So I love that. So I can't really complain, but also at the same time, like, but you left it open. Oh, Brittany, that's a good comment. Will you guys have a bridal party? Absolutely. I've literally been watching you since Levi, and I had mixed emotions about you, and I feel bad not knowing the full story and just assuming. I definitely get it, and like that's one thing I do try to make very clear is I understand that, you know, what people do see or hear, or the rumors, or some of it the truth, like it's hard not, like you're human, like it's hard not to make assumptions or feel like, okay, I know this small part and this is what I think about this small part, and like I get that, but I just try to remind people, like I said earlier, like you, most of the time you have no idea, like no idea, you know. And even I have to remind myself of that. In fact, now so much that I see online or in movies or documentaries or anything like that, I'm obviously on a much smaller scale, but I have kind of gone through such similar stuff of like people not knowing, and it's made me just like realize that, yeah, I don't know. And even people in my life, like especially my dad and like close family members, get kind of irritated with me, like, Kyra, you need to say more, like you need to tell them the truth, or you know, just at least give a little bit more. And it's like, but why do I need to explain every little thing to people when it's gonna hurt people that whether I want to or I need to have these real people in my life that it could affect, and it's not worth it just for my reputation. Like it's truthfully not worth it. And like my kids will see things in the future, and I want them to know and see the way I handled it, because I tell my kids all the time, like, you know, when kids are mean to you, ignore them, or, you know, don't let, like, people are going to have opinions of you. You just got to see your own worth, and you know the truth, and you know who you are. Like, I'm preaching that. Any parent is preaching that to their child all the time, but then to, like, not live it myself it just doesn't make sense. Like, if I can't even practice what I preach to my 2-year-old, like, how is she going to do that? How am I going to have that expectation, you know? So yeah, I don't know, but I definitely understand, and I appreciate even like you leaving that comment. I feel like I do appreciate that you understand that maybe you don't know the full story. Let's see. The TikTok you made with me made me tear up. It's so glad to see you. So happy. That TikTok, you guys, I have watched so many times. I'm actually going to post it to Instagram tomorrow. I love that TikTok. Are you guys trying to conceive? No. Trust me, DIY all the way. It saves you so much money, and it can be a lot of fun to do. I'm so bad, you guys, with DIY, but I'm definitely going to try. Do you have a wedding date yet? Next year, once we find a venue, we'll have like an official date. We'll definitely get a day. I think they're called day of coordinators. That is one thing. Even though I'm not sure about an official wedding planner, we will have a day of coordinator. I definitely will vlog all my honeymoon. You guys don't understand. Like, I there's no way I can miss out on vlogging all of this. There's no way. Even if they're not good vlogs. I can't promise they'll be good, but I can promise it will be documented. Do you guys ever fight or argue? We definitely do argue. We are very passionate people. So when we feel something, we feel it very strong. But it's also kind of nice to feel like your feelings are reciprocated, you know? I just learned you are actually supposed to leave the dishwasher open when or in use. It's just hard because then it gets in my way. Talo? I hope I'm saying that right. Love to see you become such a strong woman. Do you feel like YouTube or media pushed you to grow stronger and quicker? Sorry guys, this is the bad part about drinking beer. Absolutely. 100%. Leslie, right? Yeah, Leslie. I have such bad eyesight. I'm like, wait, is that right? I know it's hard to talk about it, but maybe it will stop the haters. You're in a tough spot no matter what. I do think it's just one of those situations that it is what it is, and I have to accept it at this point, which was fine, and I'm still very grateful. Like, I actually was talking to my therapist about this yesterday, because she was asking how I've been feeling with, like, you know, we just announced our engagement yesterday, like, how are the comments, how am I feeling about them, and it's, truthfully, I'm so grateful that I'm able to work, even though it's really hard some days, I'm able to work full-time from home and have my kids full-time and be able to have the greatest summer and do all these fun things with them and just, like, be able to have people to create content for and to share my thoughts with, and to have people who are listening. Like, I'm more than anything, I'm very grateful and I'm very happy. Is there some moments where I'm like, just want to hop on and say, truly, honestly, F you guys, like, not you guys, but like haters, like, you have no idea, and just let it all out? Do I want to do that some days? Absolutely. But I never will. It's never going to be worth it. And those thoughts go away really quickly. And more than anything, I'm just so happy for the good parts. 'Cause I really am, outside of just like people watching, I really am so passionate about creating videos. So, yeah. And I have talked about it many times. Every time I'm on live, usually I address something about it because I don't want to ignore your guys' questions, especially if I feel like it hasn't been answered before or enough. And unfortunately, that's not fun for the haters. So they're still going to make stuff, you know? Let's see. Oh my gosh, my comments. Okay, you guys, I had to scroll all the way down. Brianna, I definitely understand that. I respect your privacy, but I feel so disconnected from you and your content versus before. I hope that makes sense. That is one thing I have tried to be better at. There was a point where it was good for me to stay to myself and take a step back and be less personal. But that's definitely not how I feel anymore. And I feel really happy and motivated and encouraged and excited to share more aspects of my life. So that's one thing I have loved actually so much from having you guys and this like subscribe thing through Instagram, is because it does feel smaller and more intimate, and I feel like I'm warming up and getting more used to just sharing more. You know what I mean? Do you watch and laugh at some of the gossip channels? They post all about your life as if they know you. Oh my gosh, 100%. Like, you guys have no idea. No idea. Sometimes I see these titles or I see these comments on my videos, and it's not even like, oh my gosh, if they only knew. I have had those thoughts, but it's mostly just like, and it's always the people with no profile pictures, or they're 15 or have no life experience. Mostly those all go together. Or their bios will be like, kindness only. And I'm like, what? Or just full adults making drama videos, which I kind of get because it makes them a lot of money, so why wouldn't they? And it strictly is, some of them it's strictly business, and then some people have obsessions, and it's very bizarre, and I feel bad for their families. But yeah, most of the time it's really funny, and I'll send them to my family and friends, and we all laugh about it. Yes, I do have the kids pretty much full-time. Their dad gets them usually he gets them on Saturday night, and then he'll spend Sunday with them as well. It just kind of depends on his schedule. This beer is making my eyesight go away. This isn't my first one also. Will you be able to fit another baby in this house? Definitely not. If we got pregnant next year, we would, which we don't plan, we're definitely not trying to get pregnant. What do you have in your mouth? Lucy. We're not trying to get pregnant, especially before a wedding. I am not about to be in a wedding dress pregnant. Not my preference. But I definitely don't want to wait until I'm 35 to have more kids, especially because we want more than one. However, we have to have them. But anyways, yeah, this house, we plan on either completely tearing it down and building like our dream home in the next probably 2 years, and then trying for a baby, or even if we had a baby, like if we had an oopsie, like after our wedding, if that happened, because there's no way. I'm like making sure, I'm like tracking to make sure that I don't get pregnant right now. But like if we by any chance got pregnant like sooner than when we decide to tear down this house and build, we obviously could have a baby, because we would just keep the baby in the house for 6 months in our room. The baby wouldn't have its own room until after 6 months. And so basically the point is we plan to tear this house down and build before we have another baby, or at least before the baby needs its own room, or we would rent this house out if that's what we decide to do and buy our dream home. If we had a baby in this house, though, the baby would be fine, but it's not what I want. No. Would you ever do a tequila Wednesday? I think it'd be fun. That could be dangerous. What are your thoughts on Dad Challenge podcast? I will always say that guy is a fucking creep, and I feel so bad for his wife. It used to be all about, like, protect the kids, but then now I'm not showing the kids, not for his sake, by the way, because why would I, anyways. But he's still obsessing over me, so no thank you. I think he's so weird. The other drama channels, there's actually some that I like. I haven't watched in so long, but I used to like, I think it's T-Spill. Is that the right one? Maybe that's one I don't like, but I think it is one that I like, that I had seen 2 or 3 years ago. I had seen some of their videos, and if it's the right channel that I'm talking about, they were not as like just spewing shit and like talking to hear themselves talk, basically. So yeah, careful where you get your information from. Not even because of accuracy, but just out of weirdness. Like, there are some weird ass people out there, you guys, and he is one of them. Dad Challenge podcast is very strange, and he really likes when I talk about him, so I'm really feeding his ego right now, which is fine. He clearly needs his ego fed. I'm like 6 beers drink. I think you mean down. Deep, there you go. You do deserve a cut of their paychecks on the videos they make of you, like the hour live. He did about me yesterday. He did an hour live about me? Wow. That's kind of cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, never in my life did I think anybody would give a shit enough about me to, like, do a whole live talking badly about me. I don't know. I think that's kind of funny. But yes, I do deserve a cut of their paychecks. Like, there should be, like, a copyright thing, you know? But unfortunately, YouTube, it's all fair use, you know? So, one day. Was it difficult to share your engagement? Did you expect negativity? Not at all. I was so excited. Like, you guys have no idea. I could not wait. I told you guys I was going to post it at 11 in the morning, but I wanted to post it as soon as I woke up. I did know there was going to be negativity, but that is not something that altered my excitement. Yeah, I agree. At least you guys are, like, on the same page. He's such an egghead. That's the thing I will say. It's not even like people are saying, like, making fun of him as a person. It's hard not to. It's not just that he's like an a-hole. It's just the fact that it's very bizarre. Like, he's, you know, yeah. What an odd thing for a grown man to spend his time doing. I agree. And if it truly was to, quote unquote, protect the kids, well, we all know it's not. Anybody with a brain cell would know. And what about his poor kids? Like, why don't you go spend time with yours and, like, your wife? Your poor wife. If my fiance, who's going to turn into my husband, was ever sitting around making videos about other women full time, we would never be married, because that is just not healthy and, like, truly probably a little bit psychotic. Emily, thank you. If someone made an hour live about me, I would be honored. That is how I feel. I'm like, actually, it's kind of cool. No, I do not watch my own gossip channels. There has been like a few videos here or there, like a couple years ago, that I can't help but watch. Or if it's like a drama channel that I do like, if they post a video, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what did you say? But otherwise, no. Les Venturas? Guys, that's why I always feel bad saying your name, because I know I'm messing it up. Thank you. I'm sorry I suck. It'll never be easy, I don't think. Co-parenting is so hard. She knows about the private Reddit page about her. I definitely know there's Reddit pages, but I don't know about any specific ones. I've never looked at them. I would never care to. Again, I think it's pretty cool. I love the comments of you guys saying, like, sorry, I just read another comment. I'm going to address this really quick. All the comments behind for you guys. I'm trying to scroll through the comments slowly, because if I go, like, as they're being typed to me, then I miss so many. So I'll be better. But about you guys saying that I'm happy, I feel like it makes me happy to see that you guys, like, feel it too. Oh my gosh. Reddit found your pregnancy test in your suitcase. There was someone saying, that wasn't a pregnancy test. Those are actually ovulation strips so that I don't get pregnant. This is what I mean. Like, people have no fucking idea what, at least the idiots don't. You guys do. But these idiots out there take something. Honestly, probably a lot of them know it's not true and it'll just get views or whatever. I don't even know how Reddit works, to be honest. I've never really used it, but they're not pregnancy tests. And yes, every once in a while when I know that I am going to be drinking, not that that's what those were, but when I know that I'm going to be drinking a lot, I do take pregnancy tests to make sure, because that's how I found out with Avery that I was pregnant. So God forbid that a woman who's 26 with 4 kids every once in a while takes a pregnancy test. Like, take a fucking hike and fall on your face. I do have a thing for pearls. This is true. This is very true. It's for the money, yeah. Whatever, let him have it. Go buy a better freaking attitude with it. Would you get on birth control? Definitely not. I'm not. I've been on it before. I've always had really bad things happen on it. It's never been good. I think it's also funny, like, what are people gonna say? Like, oh my god, I saw her sex toys in her drawer. Make a whole Reddit forum, and it's like, girl, do you need some? Because your attitude's showing that you need a good one. What's your vibe for the wedding? Like, rustic bohemian? This is what I need to figure out, you guys. Like, I love the pearl and the white, and I used to love greenery, but I feel like I want that fully anymore. So maybe integrate that into pearl. I don't know. We're gonna make wedding planning videos, guys. I don't know how I can involve you in this. Maybe, like, let's go. I want to go to downtown LA and, like, look at all their wedding stuff, because it's cheap. I was gonna say affordable, but it's cheap and it's good stuff. Yeah, birth control is not. Is he going to have input, or will you be doing most of the planning? I definitely think we're both very involved so far. There's definitely going to be things that he probably doesn't care as much about, or that I don't. Like, I'm about to make my own Walmart cake. Like, I do not care about the cake at all. I guess I do care about the look of it, but, like, cake tasting, I'm not sure I'll be doing. Like, I'm just like, can you just make it pretty? I don't even really care if it's edible. It can be fake. Well, I guess for us to exchange our bite. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, I think everybody is pretty excited, especially just how, like, much negativity has been around us. Like, people in our real life know kind of what we've gone through, and I think that makes everybody more excited. Costco cake is where it's at. You should do a naked cake. So pretty. I do love the naked cakes. I think I'll do that for our engagement party. I don't, you guys. Somebody said, do you have a vision of the roles your kids will play at the wedding? I mean, I do and I don't. Like, I want them in, like, the normal things. Like, I think Levi being the ring bearer, like, things like that. The girls being flower girls. But I would like to find really, like, cool other things as well. I cut my husband's lip on accident during our cake exchange. Oh my god. Hey, what are you eating? Stop it. Oh, Aura's gonna be pissed at you. The dog ate her stuffy. Would you ever get an in-ground pool for the kids when building the house? Yes. Well, I say yes, but also we do live in Utah and it just would be barely usable. So maybe more like a really big jacuzzi? I don't know. Yes, he did, asked my dad. That is cute. Oh my god, is my Instagram gonna let me go longer than an hour? Because I've been on for an hour and it's not giving me a warning. Do you guys have a song? We do have a song. He says he wants it to be our first dance song, and I don't know. I don't know if I like it I need to listen to it and think of it as a first dance song, but it is a song that's very special to us. Yes, I agree. The hot tub, like, I love the idea of a hot tub. Okay, you guys. I actually am going to end the live because I have to, one, enroll the girls in this dance camp to the end of the month that I'm already really cutting it close with. And then also I want to plan some of our engagement party tonight because we really need to do that. We want to do it in the next few weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am posting a YouTube video tomorrow more about the engagement, and then I'll do a Q&A on YouTube next week, possibly with him in it. Well, not in it, but a part of it, and his voice a part of it. And then also, if you missed it yesterday, I uploaded a YouTube video. So it feels so good to just be like back and wear my ring and talk to you guys about it. Thank you so much for watching, especially for all the badges. I'm so, so grateful. And for everybody new, I promise you guys won't regret it. We love it over here, okay? Bye.